you could have did. Should just like tugged at the ring like, oh boy, was this a good decision? Nevertheless, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is I, the diligent, vigilant, meticulous, sagacious, conscientious, analytical, methodical individual, the Chiseled Adonis, here with the serial entrepreneur, the Filipino prince, Tycoon, Rene Lacad, for yet another episode of the Assiduous podcast. And some news in the NBA had gone down after the NBA draft at the conclusion of June, where, funny enough, despite the fact he was picked number 55th overall, second round, who almost nobody talks about second round draft picks, Bronny James is the headline of the 2024 NBA draft, and he got drafted. No one's even
talking about the first round.
Nobody gives a shit about none of them. He got drafted by the very team his father currently plays for, and for the first time.
Strikes again, bro.
Right, and for the first time in NBA history, a father and son are playing in the NBA at the same time.
Bam.
Yeah, so what are your thoughts on Bronny James getting drafted?
Action, baby.
Yeah, right. I think it's the first time since baseball, maybe, because I don't think you can count NASCAR.
I think there's going to be a lot of like moments that like are etched into history. Because like even with Ken Griffey, right, that was like kind of like the first time that happened in any sport. But I remember when like Junior caught a fly ball.
Yeah, in front of his
dad,
father.
Yeah, and he like laughs, and his dad's kind of like, and it was just like, it's an iconic moment, you know? Or there was one where they hit home runs back to back. So I've seen like all of those, and I'm like, this is it's cute. It's like wholesome. I'm like, wow. So I think LeBron is gonna have like it's gonna be a moment where it's like LeBron drives in, and then Bronny's open on the side, hits him with a dime, and he hits that three, and it's like father to son connection.
Yeah, it seems so cool, but I think there's also there's a lot of frustration that's behind it, but also there's no guarantees, because it's 1/5 of second round picks don't even make it to the regular season.
I think with the nepotism, the nepotism on his side, it's gonna work. I didn't know what that word meant, and I looked it up the other day. I seen Woj talk about it on ESPN. He's like, I don't want to hear nothing about nepotism. I'm like, that's a big word. Let me go look it up. Nepotism is like something, like getting something, I guess, that's undeserved because your family.
It's like somebody else could have influence that they can now have you come in and.
It's like, Donald Trump is like, I got a small loan of $1 million from my father. That's nepotism.
Yeah, ultimately, you're able to benefit off of the hard work of somebody
that nepotism gonna hit, boy. Yeah. I tell people all the time, I don't know why people get mad at it, because I look at it in the world of like money or finance, like through an economic lens. This shit exists in business. That's the whole point. Like, why would you want your kid to struggle when they don't have to, when you can give them like a leg up?
Yeah, it's not to even give the silver spoon per se, but it's a situation where you open up the door for opportunity, because a lot of people like to say get it out the mud and all this other stuff, but do you really want your child to go through what you went through to get to this point? No.
I understand the concept. Like, I don't think I would be the man I am today if I
you need those struggles, you need the adversity.
I needed that, but like I think if you raise a kid differently and you teach them, I've been looking into this a lot. I've been diving deep into this Bronny thing. Someone said Boruto-ass lore.
Kind of. It's like Boruto.
What is this? And I looked it up, and Boruto was Naruto's son.
Yeah, Naruto's son.
Whereas like Naruto had to get it out the mud to become the greatest ninja ever. And then his son kind of like, yo, you got all this stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's nothing wrong with that. It's cool. Like, you might not be as good as the original. I highly doubt his son's going to be as good as LeBron. But shit, bro, you become a good role player or like a B-level star, like, that's fine, you know?
If he's able to get to the B-level star, that'll far then exceed the expectation of him coming out. Because in high school, he was ranked in the top 20, but anybody who was watching with the eye test, he didn't seem to be like that kind of generational kind of player. Yeah. Went to college, had a crazy scare with like the heart situation, had to get surgery, I believe, and everything of that nature. Went through the recovery, played at USC, appeared in like 20 or 25 some games, didn't average more than 5 points per game. And there's been a lot of people who've played well in college that didn't translate over to the NBA, or people who played shit in college, or maybe didn't even play and went to the NBA and had decent careers. But there was no denying, looking at Bronny coming out, like, yeah, this guy is not quite an NBA prospect yet.
I think, the Lakers said they drafted him because of his character. So, I mean, listen, that's like a girl saying, oh, I like you because of your personality.
Yeah, pretty much.
You might not be rich or talented or handsome, but you got a great personality. That's why.
What does character help you win games?
I mean, it can. I definitely think, like, if you had some people that had good character, that worked really hard, that hustled. Like I felt like Alex Caruso was that type of player.
Oh no, but Caruso is a dog.
No, but that comes with the character. Like a dog is like that's not a genetic thing. Like the dog is in here.
Yeah.
The dog is in here. So with Alex Caruso, he's like, damn, I'm like a bald white guy. I need to fucking play really good defense.
But then the character comes secondly, because when you think of Alex Caruso, the first thing that comes to mind is like, yo, this dude's a dog, great defensively. And then, he also has great character. If the first thing for Bronny is like, he has great character, dog, and let's figure out what else he has.
Yeah.
So
it sucks because he didn't get his dad's genes. Like, how do you get the DNA without getting the DNA? Like, the dude's 6'2".
Yeah, 6'2", 6'1", 6'2". Yeah, doesn't have the height. He's decent with playmaking. Like he can jump. There's that. I think for him, he should have stayed in college and developed his game because he could have gotten better over time.
I think it's more so like college that you can't really control if they give you minutes, if they let you
play.
No,
you can't. And you play within a system because it's it's very archaic. Because if you watch college basketball, almost every team plays the same.
Yeah.
You have a certain sort of system. You're holding the ball at the top of the key. Nobody's really rotating, passing the ball like that. There's times in which they do go and run plays, but that's when the shot clock almost goes down. So if you really want to develop your game, you'd make it to the NBA. In the case of Bronny, he's able to, leverage his father and get there.
Literally, the coach of the Lakers now is his podcast co-host.
Yeah. Well, they did say they were going to suspend podcast operations now. That'd be a conflict of interest.
He started that podcast, so he set it up.
Maybe.
So imagine this. Imagine my son going to the NBA, and you're the coach of the team. He's going to have like a really great opportunity to fucking develop and get minutes.
The Lakers have turned into AAU. That's pretty much what it is. The Lakers have turned into AAU, but then at the same time, my only thing was, like, now that he's going to be at the NBA level, it's just going to be a matter of, okay, you're here now. I would hope that he's able to develop at an accelerated pace because at least you're playing with grown men. Because I think in college, you can accelerate at a certain, pace, especially because you're playing within the system. You're at the mercy of the coaches. Even if you're getting better, there's not moments in which you can kind of supersede the team unless you're like some sort of generational kind of player. But for the most part, now you're in practice with grown-ass men.
Yep.
Your father is on the team in and of itself. He about to be a 40-year-old dude.
The memes are hilarious.
So it's going to be crazy.
There's one where it's like LeBron chasing Bronny, and it's like Bronny when he misses that wide open corner three. Mm-hmm. There was another one that was like LeBron needed a 3-point shooter, 3-and-D guy so bad that he made his own.
Yeah, hey, you made your child, or I should say make your own teammate. Also with Bronny, how do you feel that you have a teammate that's sleeping with your mom? Yeah. Like there's just a ton that
that's not. It's like wow. One day into free agency, LeBron's already sleeping with his teammate's mom.
It's like the reverse Delonte West situation.
Well, bro, it's crazy because it was like wow. LeBron's teammate came out of his nutsack. I'm like that is crazy.
Yeah, and they had other memes where they were talking about like he's trying to protect his son from all the different whores that's out there. Like Ruby Rose sitting front row. Bron is gonna make sure his son don't walk in the way.
LeBron's gonna teach him the method. I saw something like that. No, it's really cool. It's really inspiring, actually. I'm like, wow, this is my dream as a father. It's like LeBron. It was like LeBron and his teammate, and it's his son sitting next to him at a game when the son's like a baby.
Yeah.
So it's so cool to like imagine you raise this thing, and then now it's your you get to fucking go to work and work with it. So
yeah, I don't know what is your expectations for Bronny in the season? Because me personally, I think he's gonna be like a Thanasis kind of situation. It's just
I think the first season he's gonna be a Thanasis. I think it just goes to show. I think if he gets some minutes in garbage time, there was a over/under. It's like one game. Like, will Bronny ever score 20 points in a game this season? I think if he has one showing like that, it permanently gets him minutes, and they know this too. And then if he has a game with 20 points, he's permanently gonna get minutes. And then if he becomes a staple in the rotation, he gets a chance to prove himself. And I think most people, they only really need a chance to prove himself. Like, I'm really rooting for Bronny. Like, I want him to win bad,
Yeah, I'm rooting for him too, because I know from where we sit now, the writing is on the wall. The moment that LeBron retires, he's probably got a year to 2 years to be able to establish himself until it's like, hey, we're indebted to your father, but not anymore. Then they gotta let you go because he's gonna have to do something to prove himself. But I will disagree. I don't think if he has himself a 20-point game that they can get him permanent minutes. Because let's just say you mess around, you come in fourth quarter, the Lakers up like 30. They're playing the Pistons or something like that. Bronny comes in, plays the whole fourth quarter, takes an unlimited amounts of shots, gets himself 20 points.
Well, I think if he does it efficiently, I mean.
Well, yeah, you have to do it efficient, but then also the context matters as well. Like if he comes in during games and he has a specific role to be played, and I should say he earns his way to becoming a role player, then by all means, you get yourself in a rotation. But I think he's just going to be like a garbage minute kind of guy at this stage of his career.
For sure.
But I'm very curious what things will look like moving forward because the Lakers and a lot of different teams, they're going to need a lot of help. And funny enough, free agency just started, and some of the moves have been crazy thus far.
Man, don't even get me started. I wanted Klay Thompson so bad. LeBron offered to like give up money. We couldn't get him.
Yeah.
He went to Dallas.
Yeah, he went to Dallas. Paul George left and went to Philly. Caruso
See, Paul
left
George
Chicago.
is weird for that, bro, because Paul George, he was supposed to be come to the Lakers.
Yeah.
He opted to go to the Clippers just to lose again. He lost in OKC. He lost in fucking on the Pacers.
Mm-hmm.
So he went back to Philly. I think the reason being is because Philly is like, or East is an easier path to the championship. So he's like, oh, if I go to Philly, like I'm going to make it to the ship. Right?
I think that, and also probably there's nothing more you can do with the Clippers
Go to
because
LA, bro.
the Clippers
Oh, he's a
fucking
max player, so he can't
expire.
even-
Yeah, they probably can't afford him, but
Yeah.
the Clippers expire every single postseason. By the time it reaches May, Kawhi is almost guaranteed to not be available for back-to-back games. Then you happen to have
James Harden and Russell Westbrook.
they're both Russell Westbrook's no
I
longer
think
what
the
he used
issue
to
with
be.
James Harden and Russell Westbrook, no one wants to play with them.
Mm.
I don't want to play with a dude that's just ball hogging, fucking chucking threes, or a dude that fucking turns over every 5. Like when I play pickup ball and I play with a dude that turns over the basketball like 5 times, I get so fucking angry. I don't want to play no more. Or when a dude just chucks up threes and does this little dribble move.
Yeah, it's
chuck a
not.
three.
Yeah,
It's
it doesn't
not
work.
fun to play with them. So like I'm sure every time they have teammates, Kawhi, Paul George included, they're like, I'm not gonna be here.
Yeah, it's not gonna work long term. It's not gonna work long term. But it's bizarre that you go to Philly because I get it, but at the same time, the same thing applies because for Joel Embiid, you haven't gotten out the second round. Your body has been constant with not remaining healthy. You have some good years, but those are outliers.
You're a big
He's
boy.
almost like Anthony Davis, where you see
Well,
Anthony Davis this year
now-
was incredibly
Yeah,
healthy this
he got-
year.
he got his
but
shit together.
We're all surprised.
Well, no,
So
I think
it's a
just-
one-off.
I think the issue is with Anthony Davis. I think the reason he was falling apart is because he's like, when you're the guy and no one holds you accountable, you're not really gonna take care of yourself. But then you're with LeBron, the king of longevity. He's probably putting him on game. He's like teaching him like, hey, here's how you stay healthy. Here's how you play longer. And Anthony Davis played like every single game. If I'm
Yeah,
not
he played like
mistaken.
76 games this year.
Yeah,
like he
bro.
did his thing this year. He was available.
Yeah.
and he took care of business. Now I don't know if it's going to be the
So,
same case moving forward. We'll see.
With Embiid, I think because he's the guy, there's no one really like, yo, get your shit together. Here's how you prevent injury. Like he's not putting in the work because it requires homework to stay like, I guess, healthy. Yeah, healthy, non-injured. But yeah,
then you also need some luck as well.
I did see a meme. It was like, who's stopping this team? And then someone just like took a screenshot and then circled their knees.
Yeah, hey, might as well because I think it's gonna. They made the joke of it was Maxey because he just got an extension.
Yeah.
So Maxey, George, and Embiid, and it said, well, this time next year, out. Doubtful and then probable because they were like, it's guaranteed Embiid gonna be out. It's gonna be doubtful for Paul George,
Yeah.
or maybe even questionable. And Maxey is gonna be available because he's young. A couple of other moves where Dallas,
They got Klay.
they got Clay. Hartenstein went to somewhere. OKC. Went to OKC.
Okay.
So they got them some moves here and there. I'm very curious where DeMar DeRozan
Hartenstein's
is going to end
the
up.
bright skin.
Yeah, he's a bright skin.
The bright skin
kind of guy. Mikal Bridges got he's went from the Nets to the Knicks, and now there's 4 Villanova boys on there.
Another one. Chris Paul went to the Spurs.
Yeah, Chris Paul went to the Spurs to go play with Wemby.
Gambling on that, just go Chris Paul over on assists every single time.
Absolutely.
Because
Absolutely.
literally, when you watch the Spurs play, no one fucking passes it to Wemby for some reason. Because I don't know why, they don't understand how basketball works. But Chris Paul with Wemby, he's gonna be dishing it to that boy every single play.
I think he's probably gonna beat LeBron James league record for leading the league in assists as the oldest player to do it. Chris Paul will probably do it next year.
Yeah.
Because truly he doesn't need to play like 35 minutes anymore. You can let him play 28 to maybe 32, he'll definitely be able to go get himself averaged 11 assists per game like that overnight. And I didn't even think the Golden State move for him was a good move. I think that was very stupid.
Yeah, I think he was expecting something different. But he just doesn't fit in that system. Chris Paul is like a if you think point guard, Chris Paul is a point guard in the every sense of the word. Right, and then like I know now it's like kind of been reimagined because now point guard is like Luka Doncic, big motherfucker that can do everything. LeBron James, Steph Curry, like point guard now is almost like an AI, not like AI computer, but like Allen Iverson. Like that's what point guard has become.
You have to be able to score. And I don't even think he was the first person to really do it, but kind of if you think about it was him, Isaiah Thomas, like those guys who can pass the basketball, but also primarily go and score. So you have to be a hybrid. You can't just be one type of, styled player. So that's important. It'll be very interesting to see how this all plays out. I'm disappointed as a Heat fan. I know you're disappointed as a Lakers fan.
Man.
Nobody's making any moves to come over to the
Heat
coastal
are good,
location.
though. I think the Heat, the only issue with the Heat's like their mindset of like playing hard the entire time. Because the Heat will turn it on in the postseason. So like if you have the Heat at the 6th to 8th seed, they'll still have a chance to go to the finals because that's when they fucking lock in.
Not with this team because the mindset of like the Heat culture to fight hard through and through, that works. But then you look at the NBA now. Like it's a superstar league, believe it or not.
Yeah, but
if you look at Boston, every of the last
I think the Heat beat Boston. I think that this Heat team would have beat Boston last year.
They could beat Boston. I think they can beat Boston because Boston and Miami, they go back and forth. It's like they're each arch nemesis. Of the 4 times they met, they're
I think winning a championship is hard because they make it to the end and then they face some team. Because the Heat, one thing they have going for them is they're almost like the Timberwolves of the East. That's the way I look at the Heat. They're like the Timberwolves of the East. Like they got that dog. Like how Timberwolves knocked off the Nuggets just strictly off of that dog. The Heat got that dog.
Yeah, but you're gonna need. You have a couple of dogs because Adebayo had himself a great year, and I think he cemented himself. Jimmy Butler, we already know where he's at. Had he been healthy, I think things could have been different. But overall, they got to go and get themselves some stars because if you can't attract stars to come to Miami, what are you doing?
Yeah, Miami is the place to be too.
Like, how can't we get somebody who's on that level, attract a Paul George, get some, maybe even, I don't want them to go after old man DeRozan, but who knows, maybe this time next week when this is released, they might just mess around and make a move. I'm just hoping they could pick somebody up because right now I just don't like it.
Miami's like my second team because I can go to games, it's right down the street, like, and I'm in Miami, I like the team. So Miami's like my second team. If I didn't have to go for the Lakers and I had another horse in the race, it would be Miami. I like Miami, but yeah, it sucks, bro. They didn't get anyone either.
Yeah. Also, just last thing regarding the NBA, just primarily with LeBron James. How much longer do you think LeBron's gonna play?
Man, it's weird because like he hasn't slowed down. If he showed signs of slowing down, there was a statistic. It was like he's averaging the same amount of points, rebounds, and assists as he was when he was 25 years old. If he showed signs of slowing down, I'd be like, okay, he probably got 1 or 2 more years. But the fucking guy is about to be 40, and he hasn't slowed down. It's like unparalleled. He's the last one from his draft class, and he's still one of the top 10 players in the league.
Yeah.
It's crazy, bro. It's like remarkable. No, it's never been done. So shit, LeBron, I give him another 5 at this pace.
Really?
It sounds crazy. Because Vince Carter played till he was like 42, 43.
Yeah, but Vince Carter played 22 years. LeBron's about to be a year 22.
Yeah, but I think it's more age. It's not like if you're playing. Because I could play basketball for the rest of my life. That's fun to me. But I think it's more so like if your body can do it.
Well, yeah, but I mean, in your case, I mean, you're not doing it all professional. I mean, this dude's body is getting through. But yeah.
But is it though? Because he still seems to be fine.
No, because he puts $1 million+ into the body every single year.
1.5 million.
And he's a genetic freak at that. Also, and he's been incredibly lucky to not have no super injury like that.
UFC fighters, some UFC fighters are like 45, still fucking fighting.
No, some do. Yeah, some do.
Like Russian
Yoel
dudes.
Romero. I think he's still going.
Yeah.
How old is he? Well, 45. Yeah. So some people can keep it up.
If you can fucking fight. At 45, like you can play basketball.
Like George Foreman took like a decade off and then came back in his 40s and won the heavyweight title.
Tyson was trying to fight at fucking. He's like
but that was something. Yeah, that was something different because he wasn't necessarily like active.
And now he's not like
fighter.
And he wasn't really world class. It was like against another old person. Right. But like, yeah, at like 40, I think Bron can make it to 45 with his genetics, the way he takes care of his body, the way he kind of like handles himself. I think he can't do these minutes. I think he needs to tone down on the minutes.
Yeah,
which
yeah.
he got last year a little bit because Anthony Davis had a lot of that. But yeah, man, I think he'll decline. Like he has maybe one more good year in him this year, 1 or 2, and then he'll start to decline. He'll go from like where he's at to like maybe 15, 16 points a game. And then eventually he's gonna be like, yeah, I can't do this anymore. I'm fucking old.
Because I think he can have the Tom Brady kind of effect to where you just keep playing. Because Brady retired when he was 45.
Yeah.
And he could have easily kept playing. But the reason why he left was, well, he just doesn't feel as if the team's as good as it was. I think if they were a playoff team with legitimate title contention, no doubt in my mind he plays.
I think the issue is because, like, it's more so demanding because you fucking work all year to get to this place. And then you fucking lose, and you're like, "Fuck, bro! I don't know if I could do that again."
And if that's what you're actually competing for, because that's exactly what LeBron was saying. Like, yo, at this stage in your career, I'm not trying. Although the accolades is all well and good, but you've been playing this long. If I'm not competing for a championship, what the fuck am I doing here?
Yeah.
What am I doing? Because what's the payoff? Oh, I broke another record. That's all well and good, but my legacy doesn't elevate unless I win championships at this stage.
I get it. That's how I feel. Like I hate. So a great example, you beat me in fucking basketball. I bring this up a lot.
Yep.
You beat me in basketball, pissed me off, and it motivated me to work harder. Because if I'm not going to fucking play to win, why am I playing at all?
Right.
You know, even though it was like a little pickup game. So honestly, I actually have a gift for you because I want to thank you. I got you a gift.
Ah.
I got you a gift because you beat me in basketball. You motivated me. I have it here. It's actually a lunch bag. I got you a gift, sir.
Oh, interesting.
I think you'll like it.
Well, this is unexpected.
Do you like what's your favorite food in the world if you had to guess?
My favorite food in the world. Shit. Probably some Rasta pasta. Love me some Rasta pasta and some oxtails.
So, I love oxtails.
Yeah.
I didn't know that, so this is not a Rasta pasta, unfortunately.
Pain.
But it will allow you to buy a Rasta pasta. That's for you, sir.
Oh, interesting. $100.
Oh, but we're not done yet. We're not done yet.
$100.
This one is also for you, sir.
Oh, interesting. Another $100. $200.
Oh, but we're not done.
$200.
We're
you
not
can't
done.
beat that. Oh, we're not done.
This one's for you, sir.
Oh, another $100. This one came out of it broke out the thing. Oh, wow, $300. $300.
Oh, but you thought we were done?
Oh, we're not.
We're not done. This is for you, sir.
Oh, some more $100. $400. Oh, we're on the Price is Right.
All right, are we done?
Well, what do you know? 400 ones. Ooh, there's a stripper somewhere.
We're not done.
We're not done. $400.
We're not done. We're not done.
$500.
That's for beating me in basketball.
$500.
And you know what?
All in ones.
We're actually not done, sir.
We're not done. Wait, there's more? Good
no,
Lord.
I'm not giving you this.
All right, I was about to say. Oh, those are the 20s. But yeah, we have a $500 here. All in ones. I appreciate this. This is very nice. All in ones.
That's for defeating me in basketball the one day.
Wow, what a nice surprise.
You motivated me to fucking take my life seriously. Hit the gym more.
Yes. Hey, why not? I'm all for it. What's that mean? Yeah, double it and take this or double it and give it to the next person.
Double it and give it to the next person.
Yeah, but I will be taking this.
Yeah, you take it. You get yourself some Rasta pasta.
Yes.
You get yourself some oxtails.
You
get yourself whatever you need, sir, because you beat me in basketball. It really pissed me off, but it really motivated me, and I was like, wow, this is a good friend. You know, you need friends to motivate you, man.
Right. This is very unexpected. I appreciate it. Good thing that I wore green today.
It worked perfectly.
So this works very well. Thank you very much.
Now you can enjoy the fruits of your labor. But yeah, you did motivate me. You did inspire me. Really pissed me off. Not at you, but myself. I hate fucking losing. And if I lose, I get so angry. But you motivated me, and it helped me like get my shit together somewhat.
Yeah, you do play to win. You got to go out there and play to win.
Yeah.
So there is that. But my thoughts on LeBron retiring, very brief, but I think you got maybe 3 years. And the only reason why I say 3 years is, we could put this up in the middle as the trophy, the victory.
Let me put mine there too.
Victory. I should put this in the middle. So
here, let's just put this right there.
Because the other one had broken. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, just put them all on top of each other. There you go. Ridiculous. All kinds of money right there. What was this in total? Maybe
so silly.
10 grand. Yeah, at least because those are the 2,000, and then over there, so 25.
The only reason I got that is because my money bag was empty, And I felt, you know that Diddy meme when he's like this? That's how I felt. I was like, what the fuck? I have no money.
Yeah.
Like, what kind? Or I do have money. There's like $20 in my room. I'm like,
you gotta have some cash.
I have no fucking cash. I'm
you
like,
gotta have some
what
cash,
is this, bro?
Have a cash reserve. You have to keep a cash reserve
So
at all times.
I went and pulled out like 10 grand. I was like, man, let me get Dave something just because he inspired me. He motivated me.
Hey,
I'm very grateful for that. I needed that wake up call.
Everybody has a moment in life. I think you have an epiphany kind of situation to where it's like, hey, you know, I gotta get my shit together.
Yeah.
And this was the moment for you.
My shit was together, but it was just like what it was, it's because I knew I could win, but I didn't. And it was only my fault. And that's what really pissed me off. Because had I lost to like a professional basketball player, I'd be like, oh, he's professional, whatever. But bro,
I have something new to disclose to you. No, I'm not a professional
the worst
player.
The worst things, the worst.
Like a J. Cole. Yeah, I played in this African league.
Give me my fucking money back.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
No, but like, literally, when you know you can win, but you don't, is where it's the most frustrating because the responsibility falls on you, you know?
Yeah.
So I think for everyone watching this, if you know you can win in life and you're not winning, don't be angry at the other person. Don't be angry at the world. Don't say that it's not fair or life's not fair. It literally falls on you to make your life better. And that's exactly how I felt when you whooped my ass. So
yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. I mean, if only I could do this to LeBron James. If I could beat him and he'd give me like a quarter of his salary, maybe even a percentage, that'd be awesome. But I think he's going to just stay in the league until Bryce shows up and then he's on. I think he wants to be on the court with both his sons and then he's done.
Bryce is another one because that's a different beast.
He's better.
He got the LeBron genes.
Yeah, he's 6'6".
He's 6'6" already, yeah. So Bronny didn't get the genes, unfortunately. So he's 6'2", 210, like he'll do okay. The little son got the genes.
Yeah.
And if it's anything like LaMelo and Lonzo Ball, and the little son's better, I think that could be the second coming.
Yeah, that'll be where it's very interesting because I think he'll be the better of the two.
It'll be great if LeBron ushers out when that one comes in.
Right.
And then he fucking just takes the league by storm, I think.
Yeah, because you know what's funny? That's the same thing that happened with Jordan. Because when Jordan retired, everybody's like, this is the greatest of all time. Nobody's ever going to be able to touch him. And me personally, I still have Jordan #1. I have Bron too. But they never cross paths outside of this one game that they have played where there's no footage.
It's like the Wilt Chamberlain 100-point
has
game.
His story and everybody. So you never know. Which is still funny with Wilt Chamberlain because everybody's got footage of like the 1930s, 1913. Like you got footage of World War I, but nobody recorded when Wilt freaking scored 100.
And the same thing with this basketball thing. I think Bron had to have whooped his ass, and Jordan was like, "Nah, bury that footage forever," because it's like I can't have this high schooler whooping on me. It's bad for publicity.
It makes it interesting because whenever somebody tells the story, because I think it was primarily Ron Artest is like the most prominent person that was there.
Yeah.
And it talks about how Bron was doing a hell of a job, but then Jordan was also doing a hell. So I just wish there was somebody who had footage. And there's no doubt in my mind, somebody probably does.
It settles the debate.
No, I can't say they settled the debate.
It's locked into the Nike. It's locked into the Nike archives. Nike bought the footage. They bought the rights and they have it locked up. And when they release the Bron documentary, they're dropping that. Yo,
that would be crazy.
That's a hell of a story.
Yeah, that would be.
It just like name the documentary like the greatest ever or something, and then have footage of him like dunking on Jordan, bruh.
But then it's an old Jordan and it's a very young LeBron. But then at the same time, it's a teenager versus. Yeah. So I don't know. It'd be very interesting.
If you took a 17-year-old Jordan out against this LeBron, I don't think he's doing shit to this LeBron, even at 17.
17-year-old Jordan? Well, maybe 17-year-old Jordan, no.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
23, 24-year-old Jordan was because I don't think anybody could. Gilbert Arenas made a very good point. He's like, Jordan 84 to 93, nobody's touching him there.
I think when I look at it, I think Jordan had the higher peaks.
Yeah.
LeBron has like sustained
longevity.
Greatness. So when I look at it, right, like let's say Jordan had 2 years where he made, like in business terms, let's say you had 2 years where you made $10 million versus a guy that makes $5 million a year for 20 years straight.
Yeah.
It's like, who's going to be richer at the end? It's going to be the guy who lasted longer. So that's why I think I respect LeBron. I got LeBron as my #1, Jordan as my 2, and a close thing. I got Kobe #3.
I'm glad you mentioned that regarding somebody, staying great for an extended period of time, because then we could transition from NBA to UFC. Jon Jones, where he's the current heavyweight champion. And I agree. I think he's the greatest fighter of all time. However, he's fought one time since the pandemic.
Yeah.
He beat Cyril Gane in last year, And since then, it's
Well,
injury.
I think with Jon Jones, it's one of those things where like he kind of like in order to sustain, like to be great that long, you gotta be dedicated. You can't half-ass a camp because then you lose. So with Jon Jones, I think he's like, I don't feel like fighting. I'm gonna chill. But when he gets in the mood, he's like, oh, I want to hurt somebody. He'll lock in. He'll go into demon mode. Because in order to fight, you have to like lock in. So I still think he's the GOAT. I mean, there's no one that's gonna surpass his resume. There's no one that's fucking undefeated like him in the UFC ever. Khabib, but he fought trash cans. That's some news too. Did you hear he got his bank accounts frozen in Russia?
The fuck? What?
He owns $3 million in taxes.
Oh, good
There's
lord.
a shitstorm going on right now. And then also a dude that trains at his gym was the leader of a terrorist attack.
Oh, yeah. I heard about that. Yeah, I heard about that. Jeez, I didn't know that Khabib had his damn accounts frozen.
Yeah.
Back taxes is a motherfucker.
Conor McGregor, like there's highlights.
You talk about the prophecy. God damn.
Mystic Mac, because literally he's talking about it. He's like, yo, you're taking money from this, like, it was like a Russian criminal.
Right.
So he's like, yo, you're taking money from this guy. And then
loan sharking.
Yeah. So literally the guy got arrested and now Khabib, he got shit frozen. And then there's someone in the gym that was involved in a terrorist attack. Yeah, bro. And then
that's fucking crazy.
Because you thought Conor was being racist when he's like, you're a terrorist rat. You terrorist rat. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess not.
And then sure enough, yeah, bro, I don't know.
Dude, what the fuck do you do when you have that much money frozen?
Tax evasion.
They got to have cash, but good
tax
God.
Evasion. He was evading taxes.
That's bro. Oh, was it tax evasion or tax avoidance?
I don't know.
Because it all depends at I mean, at that level, you kind of want to deal with tax avoidance. But I mean, it's fucking
they're
Russia.
Fucking like,
yeah, it's fucking Russia. So I don't know if you could even try to play those
Conor
games.
versus Khabib too at the Sphere.
God damn, maybe. Bruh. Well, if he needs the money, because let's just say if he don't have no cash on hand,
you take that fight at Conor versus Khabib at the Sphere, bro. They're making fucking money. They're making like $10-20 million off that question. Fight. He's clearing all his debt.
Yeah, probably, but it would go against his agreement with his father because I think the whole thing was to go 30-0.
Yeah,
and he retired 29-0. So I guess that could be the last fight. But then if he comes back and loses, then what?
Shit,
because I think his legacy's already been written. But if Khabib comes back and then loses,
if he wins, he's gonna be in that GOAT conversation.
Yeah,
of 30-0.
Yeah.
If he loses, they're gonna be like, oh, fraud check. They're gonna be like, fraud check them. So yeah. Champions, yeah. Yeah, because Khabib didn't fight anyone good. He fought like Dustin Poirier, Conor, and Gaethje. That's like his top three. Victories.
Yeah, probably his top three. I mean, I still think like in the realm of mixed martial arts, he's definitely up there for sure, but definitely not fucking with Jon Jones' resume.
No, yeah.
But my only argument for Jon Jones is like usually I don't want to say it's like what have you done for me lately kind of situation because in the fight game it's a little bit different because if you were knocking people out left and right like Tyson when he went to prison and then came out was 3 years later ain't nobody was sitting over here like no Tyson's not the best. No, it doesn't matter. He's took that 1 L. He came out, he's still the guy. But for Jon Jones, you being the heavyweight champion, you finally go and you got that. Then now you were out since
but for
you
him to
won
go
the
up to
title, and now another year.
The way he got rid of the guy, the heavyweight interim heavyweight champion, he got rid of dude. in like a minute.
He got rid of Gane incredibly fast, and I actually really liked Cyril Gane. I thought he was probably after Ngannou. I think he was probably the number 2 heavyweight. And
I don't like. He's kind of like pussy. He doesn't fight at all. He doesn't take this shit serious. That's what I don't like about it. Like. People that win are the ones that take it deadly serious. I think like a Khabib.
I think because for Ngannou, it's almost similar to what happened with Conor. The mission was accomplished.
Yeah.
What you were trying to do, you did. So now it's like, what's the next motivation? But that next motivation isn't as strong as what the original one was.
Yeah.
So, and with Jon Jones, with him, where ultimately it's like, all right, if I want to kick somebody's head, because he just wants to be a fucking hellraiser.
He wants to be like if you go back in time, he's a conqueror, bro.
Right. He's just like, he just kill everybody.
There's like monologues of him. Like it's very Homelander. I don't know if you know Homelander.
Yeah.
He's very Homelander-esque, where like he's in interviews, Joe Rogan interviews, like I study everything about a fighter. I know which side they like to punch. I know where they sleep. I know where they go. Like I know which side they like to do takedowns. I study everything, like up and down. So it's like the dude literally is built for that.
Right.
He doesn't really care about money like that. I'm sure he gets paid a lot of money, but the dude, he just likes to fucking hurt people. Like even the moves he does, he kicks people's
Yeah,
knees
yeah,
out.
it's fucking brutal, bro.
The elbows he throws, like he just wants to hurt people,
Right.
which what makes him so good at this, right? Like Khabib, I think he has like a God, like for him it's like fight God, Allah.
Yeah.
And that's what makes him like so. That's what makes him so powerful. Jon Jones, he does it for the love of the game.
Yeah.
You know,
you'd argue he does it for Satan. I mean, that's the way the dude fight. You'd have thought he's like a freaking Satanist or something. That dude is one. I don't want to say dirty in the sense of like doing, dastardly things to go and win, but he does what is necessary to win. And if you die, you die.
Yeah.
And he seems like somebody who's happy about it. Versus somebody like Khabib, it's like, all right, I'll pray for you.
Yeah.
Jon Jones, like, oh, you dead, I'll dance on your grave.
Literally.
Kind of situation. So he just seems to be a very scary human being. But with him being out, one fight since the pandemic, him being the champion, do you think they take the title off him?
Nah.
Do you think they strip him of the title? Well, maybe, would it be even considered stripping somebody of the title if they just, because it's
he has to
it'll
relinquish
be almost 2 years since he comes
there's
back.
There's an interim champion that's like who holds the belt.
Right, you're a title holder.
Tom
right.
Aspinall is the interim champion who holds the belt while Jon Jones is away, but Jon Jones is the champion. I think Jon Jones got one or two like more in him than he's done.
Because he was supposed to fight Miocic, right?
Yeah, Stipe.
Yeah, Stipe was supposed to come back and then fight him because I don't think Stipe fought since he lost.
He's 41 too.
Yeah, he's old. Now, he's old. But I think with Jon Jones, because he had less fights since, because it's been 5 years, he's had 2 fights, maybe 3 on paper since. So it's just a situation where it's like you're the most vaunted fighter right now, because I think anybody mentions Jon Jones fight is coming up, he's still box office. Yeah. Right? He's still box office. But him not being available, I think that's going to start to hurt.
I think it's also just getting older too. Like, I don't know, but that family, the entire family, something's wrong with that family, bro.
Oh, yeah.
They're broken in here. That's what makes them good.
Yeah,
like, they're just super, their entire family's like freak athletes, but they're broken in here.
2 Super Bowl champion brothers, heavyweight UFC champion in Jon Jones.
Double. He got light heavyweight and heavyweight.
Right, double champion.
It's crazy because that's like, he's a perfect example of what you would see if you took like the athleticism of an NFL player. Yeah. Into like the evil mastermind of like a fighter, like being able to pick people apart and understanding fights, and just like kind of that psychopath, like wants to hurt people, and you combine them all in one. He's built for that shit, bro.
Like truly, I think what they should do is probably take one of those, like go to one of those Romanian promotions that they have, those MMA where it's a multi-man fight. Yeah. The Jones brothers, all 3 of them together, because Chandler Jones is off his rockers right now. Like Jon Jones, and I forget what the older brother's name is, but he too is a champion.
His brother, he's like, who wins in a fight, you and Jon? He's like, I beat Jon's ass.
That shit would be, cause imagine.
The thing is, like, I think he has a chance because of that older brother, just like strictly
because Jon's the youngest one. Yeah, Jon's the youngest one.
So like, just off of being the older brother, he might fucking have a chance to beat him up just because the psychological game. I don't know what it is, but
just imagine like if the other brothers, the older brothers had went into the fight game, because if Jon Jones is like, I'm good, but I'll never be good as my brothers, it leaves that what if factor in your head. Like, this motherfucker might be, he's the greatest of all time and he's not even the best in his family. What's going on with these other dudes? But I would love if there was like some sort of bizarro world, all 3 of the brothers go and they fight together. That type of shit would just be crazy, because who's beating them?
Oh yeah,
who's beating that? That's like a storyline just for wrestling. That's like a storyline for professional wrestling. You can't do it in real life unless you go to Romania.
They could fight fucking Tyson Fury and Tommy Fury, because Tyson Fury talks shit to Jon Jones. He's like I'll beat your ass. He's like Tyson, let's be very clear, like in a boxing ring you would whoop me, but in real life, like, you're not gonna do anything to me. You're not gonna touch me. Yeah,
Tyson Fury would be over for him, because he's able to outlast, because he has that durability. He has the endurance.
Well, Jon Jones, like, he'll grab you.
Jon Jones will fucking kill him. Because and I've always said this with boxing. Boxing is a great for like street fighting and everything like that. But the moment that I grab you, it's over.
Yeah, have you seen that video where he chokes out in there? Machida?
It's over,
bruh. That's the fucking. Hold on, let me pull up that video. I remember watching that as like a 13-year-old boy, and I was like, what the fuck? You can do that? Like, it's allowed? Like, he chokes this dude out, and instead of like letting him down slowly, drops his dead body unconscious and walks off. I'm like, oh, you are a psychopath. Like, you're
Remember
actually...
Hulk Hogan did that to a television host on TV, and I don't know if he wanted to do it on purpose or not, and then he ended up like cranking the neck. And when he dropped him, the dude's lifeless body hit the floor and split his head open. It was crazy. Yeah, completely fucked up.
Look at this. The way he just walks off with no remorse, like he's almost happy, but he's like done. And he just walks off. I'm like, oh, you are a sicko. You're a sick man. Look at this.
Oh, okay.
This is fucking crazy. Look. All right, here, look. Grabs him, right?
Yeah, brings him down there. I think this when he skirts like behind him.
But hold up. All right, here. All right, look.
So takes him down there. The knees.
Look at this.
Yep. The guillotine standing and then just drop him all the way down.
Bro.
Yep. Dude's a freaking a pseudo murderer kind of situation. And you could do it legally. I mean, that's the positive about MMA. You could do that. And there's a promotion. There was a video that was going viral on Twitter where I forget, I think it was a karate fighting league or something. The president jumped into and choked the guy out. And that had to be one of the craziest clips I've ever seen in my life. Where you got this suit and tie executive step in there like, no, I could do this shit too. Choke somebody out. Like, hey, you should have never stepped into the ring.
All right, look, this is what I was trying to show you. The fucking walk-off is ridiculous. So, like, he chokes him out, chokes this dude out, right? Like, standing up.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the way he's doing to that fucking neck. You know he's trying to break
he's cranking the hell out of his neck right there.
He's trying to break his neck. Look. But gets him. Look at the way he walks off with no remorse. Just fucking, all right, whatever.
It's like a gladiator.
Evil. Look. Dude, oh my God. And then...
Dude, he doesn't even look back to like, oh, is he okay? Like, it
drops his dead body and just walks off.
Yeah, like in the main event of UFC 303 was is it
Pereira?
That's how it's been up. Pereira. I always mess it up. That eye throws me off.
Kicked him in the head.
Yeah, he kicked him in the head.
He was worried about him. He's like, oh, you okay?
Paused. Caught him. I think something's wrong with Herb Dean. I don't know what's going on with Herb Dean. He's like, if he dies, he dies. Something's wrong with him. I made a video about it a couple of weeks ago where it's like some of the worst stoppages in fighting history. Herb Dean doesn't give a fuck. He's like, oh, is he dead yet? He has a pulse? Nah, keep hitting him some more.
No, so yeah, he kicked him. What's wrong with him? The floor and he looks at him. Herb Dean's like, doesn't do anything. He's like, all right, boom, boom.
Knocked him out. And then when he got up, and then Pereira, he looked at him, and then he started losing his feet again. I'm like, this guy.
Pereira, Pereira
is a scary human being.
No, so it's so funny because, like, Pereira, as soon as he knocks him out, he's like, yo, are you good? Like, he's checking on him because he sees him, like, wobbly. Jon Jones drops him fucking dead.
And just walks with no
off.
Concern.
Yeah.
He's not checking on you. He doesn't care if you're breathing, if you're dead or not. It's crazy. And he'll probably look your family in the face like, hey, you did this. You should have never brought him here.
It's what makes him good, bro. It's what makes him fucking...
Right, because if you're going to be a fighter, I guess that's the kind of mindset that you want to have. But I'm just hoping that when Jon Jones does return, he's able to return and be active for a period of time. Because
they're saying Jon Jones versus Pereira. That's a fucking fight.
It is. But then it's
I
just
think Jon Jones grabs him and kills him, though. Honestly, everything short of like Pereira just catching him, knocking him out right away. I think Jon Jones grabs him and then he's dead.
You think Jon Jones ever takes a loss? We can close with that. You think Jon Jones ever takes a loss?
Nah. Not with the people. There's no scary motherfuckers there anymore.
Right. I think at the heavyweight division is not.
With the skill set that Jon Jones has, like, if there was a dude that could wrestle like Jon Jones and could punch, I would be like, yo, this guy's going to sleep. But like, Jon Jones gets his hands on anyone, they're dead. Like, they're actually dead. He when he fought DC, he was out wrestling DC, who's a fucking like Olympic wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you? And it's not like Jon Jones is like a fucking idiot that can't punch, because he can punch too. Like,
right.
He can punch, he can kick. He knocked DC out with a head kick. So he can punch, he can kick, and he can, like, he's literally a perfect fucking fighter in all sense of the word. So does he lose? I think the most entertaining or the closest one would be Tom Aspinall, because Tom Aspinall can wrestle also a little bit, and he has good hands. He won the belt by knocking someone out, but I still think Jon Jones puts his hands on you, puts his paws on you, you're fucking dead, bro.
I think his next fight will be his last fight. He'll go out on top.
They're supposed to fight MSG, so Madison Square Garden, retire the fucking heavyweight champion of the world undefeated, bro.
Yeah, I think that would have to be the situation, because my only fear is like you stay out there too long, and you know how it always ends for fighters.
Yeah,
like you live by the sword, you die by the sword. He's not, but then it's
How old
just
is
a
Jon
matter
Jones?
of just because I think he's 36.
36. Yeah, bro. He's not
I
that
think
old.
he's 36.
Like Pereira's older than Pereira's 37. 36?
Yeah, he's 36, and
He's
then by the
younger
time
than-
he comes back and fight, no, he's gonna be 37 this month. So
He's
he'll be 37.
younger than Pereira though.
Right, but then Pereira's just always been available, so he's constantly in camp, constantly training, constantly fighting. In Jon Jones' case, it's like you're trying to rehab and everything of that nature, so it's only a matter of time.
Yeah, but I think the cocaine crazy just makes you good, bro.
Yeah, but then I don't know. I'm
For
just
how
hoping.
long? Yeah, for how long? That's when did Tyson retire? When did Tyson start
Tyson
declining?
retired when he was third, because his last fight was 2005. When he had officially retired, but then at that point he was kind of past it.
Yeah.
So maybe about 37, maybe 39.
Yeah, so Jon Jones could get maybe 2 more fights and get one. It would be badass to retire Madison Square Garden, packed house, sold out arena. You retain your heavyweight championship and you say sayonara and go. But I think the psychopath in him, like, I feel like if he doesn't get to take it out on people, he's gonna start killing animals or something, bro. Like I think he needs.
Yeah, probably he might need something else.
He needs to like do this.
Become
and then
a hunter.
Maybe he just goes to like fucking, I don't know, does what Mayweather does and just fights some random people.
Yeah, you could do exhibition fights and stuff of that nature. So I don't know. We'll see. But I think his next fight should be his last fight. If it's in Madison Square Garden, I'll definitely be there. Or
man.
wherever it may be. I'll see if I get there for sure.
I saw the really cool one. I saw when Izzy knocked out Pereira. It was here in Miami.
Oh,
bro, I had
yeah.
amazing
Oh,
seats, and it happened right, like I was staring right into, and I see him crack him, boom, see him fall, boom. I was like, oh shit.
And finally got his W.
Thing live, I was like, yo, that's fire.
Because Pereira had beat him, I think, 3 straight times. Kickboxing.
The thing is, they've always been fucking this close. Because kickboxing is Pereira's thing. No one kickboxes as well as Pereira in the UFC except for Adesanya. And the first fight, Izzy got robbed because it was in Brazil. Second fight, Izzy was winning the entire fight, then Alex KO'd him. Third fight, Izzy was winning the entire fight, and then Alex KO'd him again. And then the last fight, Izzy finally got him. But yeah, it's like it's always been like this like neck and neck thing, and Alex has always taken the little edge until Izzy got him the last time. But he's kind of a pussy for not fighting him again. I think they need to settle it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but it's like it's 3-1, bro. It's 3-1.
It is. Yeah.
No, but you need to settle the score. It's 1-1 in MMA. So
yeah,
it
is. Yeah, it is 1-1. So you have a rubber match.
This guy, like the only reason he came to the UFC is because Izzy was like, yo, there's some guy out there at a bar, because Izzy only had 1 loss at the time. It's like some guy's in a bar in Brazil somewhere drinking, telling everyone like, I beat that guy once. So I was like, all right, fuck you. Starts training, goes to the UFC, and now
then beats him.
He beats everybody else. Super active, has 2 belts. So like he's on the verge of like passing Izzy's legacy already.
Right.
I think if I'm Israel Adesanya, I fight this one in Perth against this African guy. That's crazy. We could talk about that in the next episode.
Yeah.
Do you know about the situation, the Dricus du Plessis guy?
Not so much about.
I'll fill you in, and then we'll talk about it. But he's gonna fight that guy in Australia. I think he calls out Sean Strickland. This is my storytelling brain. Gets his get back on Sean Strickland, because we all know that first fight was a fluke. And then after that, he says, hey, I'm moving up to light heavyweight. Give me Pereira. And hopefully Pereira still has the belt, so then they fucking duel.
Yeah, because I remember Adesanya only had 1 fight at light heavyweight when he tried to get the double belts, and then he lost.
Yeah, he didn't really. The guy just held him down. He couldn't really do anything.
Yeah, he couldn't do anything with the weight.
So if he goes up to light, if he wins these 2 next fights, gets his get back, gets his belt back, moves up to light heavyweight to challenge the dude that's been pretty much his rival. Like that's his rival.
Yeah, that's his. Yeah.
And they show down one last time for the last belt. It's like a movie. And if Pereira wins, then we know who's better. If Adesanya wins, it's a perfect way to retire, because now he could be like, yo.
Yeah, he's done everything. And he's closed the chapter on that.
I got 2 belts. I closed the chapter. I destroyed this scary Brazilian motherfucker twice.
Right.
Wrap it up.
Right.
And then boom, done. Like that's it right there.
I like that. We'll see what happens. Let us know in the comment section what you guys think about this Izzy Adesanya storyline. Also, when do you think Jon Jones should hang it up, or do you think that he will return? We'll see how that works out. Also, Bronny James, what are you guys' thoughts on that? Leave it in the comment section. We look forward to seeing what you guys got to say. But this has been yet another episode of the Assiduous Podcast. I have been your co-host, the diligent, vigilant, meticulous, sagacious, conscientious, analytical, methodical individual, the Chiseled Adonis, with the serial entrepreneur for Plead on Prince, Tycoon.
I wanted to throw that back.
Rene Lacad. And we are Assiduous.